everybody, and welcome back to the Up the Guts podcast. Joining as always is your host, Trent D'Alton, and this is the preview episode where we preview all the action from round 12. And we also go over the Up the Guts tipping competition to see how everyone's sitting at the moment. So let's start off by going, obviously, before I get in, you can see I got the warm jacket on because it is getting colder in the winter. We are getting closer to winter. It's been a cold today. I believe it's going to be cold tomorrow as I call this on the Tuesday. So it definitely shows that we're getting into the mid-end of the season when it's getting a bit colder. Close my laptop screen a little bit more. Mid-season is starting to get a little bit colder. But let's go across and have a look at how the Up the Guts tipping competition is going as I just load it up here right now. ESPN footy tips as we go over. And I'm having a shock this year, honestly. And normally I'm very, very good at this. Round 11, I actually got 7. So that's not too bad. But let's go over to the tipping comp. So on top of the leaderboard is my dad, Glenn, on 72. He got 7 in round 11. Della is 2 behind him on 70 in second. Then it is Chris on 69. Chris and Corey in third and fourth on 69. My mum and Aiden in 5th and 6th. Aiden has jumped up from 7th to 6th after getting 8 in round 11, so well done to Aiden. Hodges jumped down from 6th, to 7th. He's on 68, the same as Aiden. Just the margin, obviously, playing a factor in that one. Logan stays in 8th on 67. Zach stays in 9th on 66. Elaine moves up to 10th on 65. Big Pistols made a big jump to 11th after 8 in round 11 on 64. Will and myself are followed both on 64 as well. JD Hawks fan 63 follows in 14th spot. He drops down a spot. Connor in 60 on 15th. Tommy Sins in 16th on 55. And Basti in 17th on 48. So that's how the Up the Guts tipping competition is going ahead. Now, let's get into previewing all the action in round 12 and submitting my tips. Let's go. All right, so first off, Thursday night at the Gabba, we have the Brisbane Lions v. the Bombers. Now, the Bombers are in a bit of a predicament here. They're no key defenders, no Ben Mackay, no Jordan Ridley, no Zach Reed, no Lewis Hayes. They have already named a debutant in Zach Johnson, and the mid-season draft is also tomorrow, and they've already acquired to see if they pick someone up, are they allowed to fly him straight over? And I believe the AFL, if they haven't already ticked it off, will tick it off. So it'll be interesting to see that. Obviously, the Bombers have been pretty good in the mid-season draft previously. This is where they found Sam Durham. So they've been reasonably good. But the Brisbane Lions at the Gabba, they were on another level last week when they put the foot to the throat. They're one of the best in the competition, if not the best in the competition. So I am going to be going the Bombers, and I think the Bombers get it done quite comfortably. I'm going to be going by 38 points. I just don't. Oh, do I even? I might. No, we'll stick with 38. No, actually, we're going to go with 42 points, just purely because the back line, and I think Charlie Cameron found a bit more form than Logan Morris was there, Eric Hipwood. Zach Bailey's having an All-Australian type of year, playing that half-forward wing role. Cam Rayner, when he pops up. Brisbane Lions just have everyone everywhere. But it shows if you lock down Harris Andrews down there. I don't know who could possibly play that for Essendon, though, because they are limited to numbers. But it showed when you lock down Harris Andrews that it does shut down their backline. But good to see Kitty Coleman back. I really like Darcy Wilmot. The Ashcroft brothers are just smooth in there, and Neil's having another great season. Hugh McCluggage is their X factor, as I've mentioned, in that midfield, though. He's having a really, really good year. Getting more contested ball as well, laying tackles and getting clearances. So Thursday night, I'm going to be going the Brisbane Lions by 42 points. Then we move over to Friday night, and this is going to be a packed-out MCG, already sold out. It is the Pies v. the Hawks. So the Hawks have been disappointing. They were disappointing last week. 9 players from their team didn't lay a tackle, but Collingwood aren't without their injury problems with Braden Maynard out as well. And if I have a look here, I did get a notification. It's going to make me watch the video, isn't it? Yeah, okay. I did
There's
get a notification,
five guys that have been
saying,
slated to come in.
there
Moore,
will be
Pendle,
5
Sidey,
changes, but available
Bobby,
this week,
Lockie Schultz.
is Scott
Yeah, all
Pendlebury,
good,
so he'll be
all
back,
good to go,
available.
and
Darcy Moore,
we're excited for that.
Schultz,
And we stand here with a great performance on the weekend through guys coming and doing the job, and then the excitement is that you wake up in the morning with some really important magnets ready to come back.
Does it continue to have at least maybe a quarter of the team changing, just in terms of the balance week to week?
Yeah, and that could be a cost, but the reward is that we got experience around some roles that we
that doesn't play, that probably would have played.
Really.
As I go back to, where's ESPN? Go back to ESPN footy tips. I think my Pies get this done. I'll be interested to see. I believe they will run McGuinness with Nick Dacos. Has had success in the past, so I think it would be stupid if Sam Mitchell didn't go down that path. As I said, I think the Hawks are lacking a midfielder and another key forward. James Sicily, since Tom Barrass and Josh Battle have come to the club, he's in a bit of stuck in the middle no man's land. Can't really hold down a spot. Doesn't know where he's playing forward, playing back. But I know in the past Hawks have got over the Pies in the midfield, but I just think the Pies get this done on Friday night, and it's going to be a packed-out MCG. I was unfortunately unable to get tickets, but I imagine what the atmosphere will be like down there. So Pies for me in the Friday night clash against the Hawks. We move over to Saturday in the first game at 1:20 p.m. at People First Games, the Gold Coast Suns and the Freo Dockers. Gold Coast currently sitting third and Freo sitting ninth. Now, if we haven't learned already, you do not tip against the Suns at home and in Darwin. So the Suns just get that done. I've mentioned in my review episode, I'm a big fan of Murphy Reid. Noah Anderson is having the season that shows him why he's one of the top players in the competition. But the Gold Coast Suns, so just move that one a little bit. Sorry about that. Gold Coast Suns just get that done, and they get that done quite comfortably. I think Freo have shown how poor they can be away from home, and they're hit and miss Freo. So Gold Coast Suns for me get that done pretty comfortably. Then we have to wait till 4:15 p.m. At NG Stadium. We got the Giants v the Tigers. Giants have to be one of the most frustrating teams to support at the moment. They pick and choose when they want to turn up. 8th versus 16th. Obviously, Richmond without Sam Lawler, who suffered a hamstring injury, will be out for 4 to 6 weeks with that hamstring injury. But they'll get Noah Bolter back as Kefu can allow him to come back. But the Giants, in Toby Green look amazing in his 250th game, just showing what a dominant player he is when he's allowed to play through the midfield as well. So I'm going to go on the Giants at home and pretty comfortably. I'm going to be saying about 50 points. I think Jesse Hogan gets off the leash and kicks 5+. Then we have one Saturday night game for this round, and it is at the SCG, and it's the Swans v the Crows. It might be actually a sneaky good game, in my opinion. The Swans have been very disappointing. Dean Cox left scratching his head. The Swans currently sit 13th, where the Crows are in the top 4, and they sit 4th, and where they get it done is that key forward line. The Riley Thilthorpe, Dusty Fogarty, Taylor Walker will come back. Josh O'Shelley, sorry, is what it is. Isaac Rankin forward in mid. Jordan Dawson's having an unbelievable season. They're stacked all across the board. Mika Laney down back, Josh Roll down back, Mark Keane down back. They're just stacked everywhere. So even though it's at the SCG, I see Isaac Heaney or Chad Warner, could turn this on. I think Nick Blakey's been a bit quiet lately, so I could see Nick Blakey ripping the game apart here. But I'm going to be tipping the Crows. I'm riding the Crows bandwagon here and getting on board. Now we go over to Sunday, and we have our first game this is at Darwin as well, TRO Traeger Park. And it's the Demons who currently sit 11th after a couple of wins in a row now, starting to find a bit of form up against the Saints, who are 14th. Now, it being in TRO in Darwin makes it a lot more interesting. Melbourne obviously have the more advantage over there, playing more often, and I think Melbourne get it done. I think they're sneakily trying to find some really good form. I'm really interested in this ruck battle between Max Gawn and Rowan Marshall, because I think Max Gawn I know Max Gawn is the hands down the better ruckman, but both of them love get plenty of the ball. So while it'll be a battle in the ruck, I'm interested to see how many disposals each get, or is it just going to be a tough, real battle? Harvey Langford's a player I really like, and the Saints are going to have to keep an eye on Cozzy Pickett. Do they do something with Cozzy Pickett? It'll be interesting to see if Clayton Oliver goes head-to-head with who could he go head-to-head with? I'm trying to think. Will you go head-to-head with Jack McRae, Jack Sinclair when he's in the midfield? The idea would have been Cy Wanganeen Malira, but you want Oliver in the middle. But I think the Demons get that one done there. And obviously being the start of the bye round, we only have one more game, and it's 7:20 p.m. at Optus Stadium, and it's the West Coast Eagles v Geelong. Now, West Coast were suffered with a heavy blow. With Jake Waterman with that shoulder injury, and confirmed, as reported by Tom Morris today, that he will be out for the season. So I don't see where the scoring chances will come. Oscar Allen's kicking a couple goals a game, but he's never been that guy who's going to rip a game apart, in my opinion. He's never really showed that. Jake Waterman is. Nice player, Oscar Allen. I really like the way he plays, but as the focal point, I don't see him making a difference. And Geelong are just on another level at the moment. I think they're really dangerous. They currently sit out of the 4 in 5th spot, but with the likelihood of Holmes, Smith running for it. Sean Manor is a great player. I think Ollie Dempsey could possibly be the best wingman in the comp, and he is pushing his case for an All-Australian jacket. Love the way Ollie Dempsey plays. Love the way Ollie Dempsey plays. And then they got the small forwards. They got Tyson Stingle. They got Brad Close. Grime Myers is absolutely phenomenal. So without beating around the bush, the Geelong Cats get this done in Optus Stadium quite comfortably, in my opinion. Now, before we end up, let's go back. I know I read out the scene, but we'll go back and have a look at the ladder going into it. I should have done this at the start, but we'll jump over and have a look at the ladder. So currently in the top 8, it's Collingwood on 36th, then Brisbane, Gold Coast, Adelaide. That's your top 4. Then Geelong, Hawthorn, Bulldogs, Giants. Bulldogs, Giants are also on the same amount of wins of 9th and 10th, which are Freo and Essendon. Melbourne creeping up in 11th on 20 points. Carlton in 12th. Jeez, Michael Voss is in some real strife. Sydney is in 13th. 14th, St Kilda. Then it's Port Adelaide. Oh, there's not enough to discuss about how poor Port Adelaide have been this season. Ken Hinkley, I know he's out this end of this year, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if much will change when Josh Carr comes in. Obviously, that will be a discussion coming into next year. I know there's a lot of people saying, they could get rid of Kenny now and pass it over. But I say, what's the point? He's been a great coach. May as well just keep him along. Let him play out his last season. No matter what happens, just let him play it out. Then it's Richmond, North Melbourne, and the West Coast Eagles. Well, there you have it, guys. There is my before I do that, sorry, let me click submit because I had it. So Carlton, North Melbourne, Port Adelaide, Bulldogs all at the bye. I'm clicking submit. And my tips are submitted. So my tips for this round. Thursday night, I've gone the Brisbane Lions by 42 points. Friday night, I'm going Collingwood. Saturday, Gold Coast over the Dockers. Giants over the Tigers. Saturday night, I'm going the Crows over Sydney at the SCG. Sunday, I'm going Melbourne over St Kilda. And Sunday night, I'm going Geelong over West Coast at Optus Stadium. Well, there you have it, guys. There are my previews, my tips, and my predictions all for the round 12 action, the start of the bye round. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the like, leave a like and comment on this video. Turn that notification bell on so you're always notified when we upload. Hit that subscribe button as well and share it off to a mate. If you're listening to this via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, leave a like, hit that follow button, turn the notification bell on, share it off to a mate, and most importantly, please remember to leave a 5-star rating if you really did enjoy this episode and this if you enjoy this podcast in general. That helps push the show out there. But thank you guys for watching and listening. Until next time, I'll see you guys then.